Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, Good morning, everybody. I hope you have a grateful today. And in these opportunities, I'm going to share you uh, the review of the book. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Khoirzady Taqwa, and I studied at State Islamic University, Syarif, Hidayatullah, Jakarta, and especially in English education department, and now I'm in graduate 4. Uh, let's move to the review. The book that I want to review is 30 Minutes to Boost Your Communication Skills, which is it's written by Elizabeth Tierney uh, and published in California. Uh, why I choose this book? Because I think when I share the material, the substance that have in this book, at least the one who watch my video will know how to boosting their communication skills, such as rearrange the materials or knowing get information about communication process and so on. Uh, so let's move to the review. There are several chapters in this book. I think it's more than 10. Let me mention it to you. The first one is recognize the benefits of boosting your communication skills, and then understand the communication process itself. Uh, After that, there are reflect on what hinders communication or what disturbing the communication itself. And then knowing your message and your purpose, why you want to get message to somebody, and then analyze your audience, organize your thoughts, sequence information, and then determine the appropriate tone. Select word, action, and image with care, and after that, pay attention to details. Furthermore, look at yourself, seek feedback, negative and positive, and then seek opportunities to develop your communication skill itself. Okay, let's move to the first chapter in this book. It is recognizing the benefits of boosting your communication skills. When we read this chapter, we will have more motivation to boost our communication skill, because they mention several benefits that we will get when we have a good communication skill, such as uh, the audience will like us because we can convey our point clearly and arrangedly. It will make the audience easier to understand what we want to convey to them. I think it's also important for people who have worked in marketing or as a presenter. This book will have them. I will help them to get attention of the audience. And then the second one is understand the communication process. Okay, this is also important because when we want to communicate, we also know the message, the steps or of the communication itself. First, we have to figure out what we want to send to the audience, such as what the thought that we want to share, or what needs that makes we or us text our friends, such as we have an important course that will happen in the next day. It also uh, one of the communication process, and then send the message, and then receive the message. And then when we receive the message, we have to interpret the message carefully, because when we misinterpreting the message, the point that the sender want to us understand, we can understand it, and it will make your communication will not going well. And then give an act and provide a feedback for the message, such as comment or anything else. The third one is reflect on what hinders communication, or we can say what disturbing us in communication. There are several things that happen. The talker made, the speaker made. It makes us hard to interpret what they mean. It will disturbing the communication, because we will have some more time to understand what they want to say to us. And then choose the appropriate choose and then in appropriate words that the speaker use. It also made uh, the audience confused. It can be two meaning or more than that, then it will have more time to explain again in the next session. After we have a disturb or hinders of the communication, we have to examine how to improve the communication effectively. Let's move to the next. Know your message and purpose. In this point, the author sent the message that when we want to talk to someone, it will it should have the main idea, and the supporting idea can allow to be too large or too narrow, because it will take some times or reducing the times, and it will not good for the audience, and the audience will think that the speakers is not good enough. And then analyze your audience. uh, as we know that when we want to talk to the child and talk to the adult, it will be different how the way we uh, talk or sending the point. If we want to talk to the kids, we can say with a few games and adding a few games, something like that. But we can do that in adult. So we have, have to know the audience, and also knowing how much the audience is, and it will make us have a thought what will we do in the presentation. And then organize your talk. It will have no bigger differentiate with knowing message and purpose, because organize your talk is this the supporting idea or supporting thought. It won't allow to be larger to the main idea itself. So it will have a relation between the main idea and supporting idea. And then sequencing the information. In this part, the author tell the reader there are several things that we can choose when we want to sequence the information. The first is based on the it the inappropriate words. So we have to choose based on the context of the sentence, so the words will appropriate to the context, and it will get more easier to understand the sentence. And the next is pay attention to details. Uh, it also there are several things such as grammar and typography and misspell the titles or the names. It's something that commonly we do in communication, like misspell the names or forget the titles of the man we talk about. And then look at yourself, or are you look good and look like me? Oh, I just kidding. You we should have a nice appearance also with our friends that accompany us when we have a presentation or talk in several places like that. This appearance will give the audience the first thought about us, so it will be a nice appearance. And then six opportunities to develop. There are also several things in this book. That the first one, we have to take every opportunities that we have to develop our communication skill, such as practicing in every time, every chance that we get, and then learn from what we do. It's like evaluating if we have misspelled one or putting an inappropriate words, and then learn from people, what people do, what people say. It can be a motivation when we see people with a good pronunciation, a good arrangement of the text. It will give us motivation to be better in the next chance. What I like about this book is this book really well organized, not the one before this book that I did the work. This book guides students to the first step, to the last step, to the biggest step, to the small step to become a good communicator, to boosting the communication skill. And this book I think will be good for someone who work in as marketer or presenter or uh, public figure also have a good communication skills, so that what they talk about is can convey their thought to their mind or their point to the audience. I think this book really good. It will improve our skill when we read this book. So I really recommend this book to all of you. Uh, I think that's all for the book review. Thank you so much for the attention. And the last, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.